Blessings, blessings, family, peace, love, power, patience. Receive it, receive it, receive it. We've got episode 5 of the Faith, Fitness, and Business podcast. And we've got a super special guest today. A super special guest. Somebody that has gone around the world, a truth seeker, somebody that's really studied the human experience and has really changed my life, has given me a lot of insight into how I can reduce friction in my human experience and also how I can be healthier mentally, physically, spiritually. They've got background in science, background in faith. They're a titan in the scientific industry and the holistic health side of things as well. And I'm super excited to bring them up on stage, and it's going to be a great conversation. It's going to be a great conversation. Yes, Mr. Ruki. All right, without further ado, would like to bring up Mr. Jose, the Zenith board, like right here, like, hey, round of applause for Jose. All right, let's wait for him to jump on. So, guys, yeah,
Hello, hello.
how are you, brother? How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you. Really nice to be here with you and just share this time, this magical time together.
100%. Thank you so much for your time. Every time I speak with you, it's an amazing conversation, a transformational conversation. You've got so much experience and expertise to offer, and I haven't met anybody that talks about what you talk about. So it's going to be a great conversation.
Yeah.
Here's how it's going to go. We're going to talk about the presentation that you gave at the I met Jose at the conference at Gran Canaria. We'll talk about the contents of that and yeah, how people can prevent and cure spiritual STIs, spiritual diseases, things that you can't see. So please, for the people that might not know you, they might not be too aware. Please, who are you and what do you do and who do you help?
Okay. Thank you so much, Carlton, first of all, for having me here. It's a pleasure as well. Since I met you, we have that conversation and it was absolutely brilliant
Mhm.
and I really enjoy it so much. And secondly, I would like to introduce myself. But first of all, I can hear myself a little bit. I don't know if it's the something is like I don't know, maybe some interaction from that someone doesn't want us to have this conversation because it could be a lot of magic over there.
All right, how about now? Is everything all good now? Can you guys let us know in the chat? Everyone hear us fine?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay with
Yeah,
me. Can you
I
guys in
think
the chat
so.
hear us just fine? Give us a wave, give us a thumbs up, give us some fire in the chat if you can hear us okay.
Yeah, let us know if it's okay. I think so. Yeah, I think so.
All right,
So
yeah, we're
okay,
good.
so I will introduce myself as you are saying. My name is Jose. I am also known as Zenetist. And Synergy, what Synergy does is like merge science and spirituality for optimal health and understanding a really profound way our concept like our concept of health because goes way beyond what we can understand.
Mm,
Okay. And the majority, really a big part of our health is unknown because comes and is related to energy,
yeah,
something we cannot see, something that we haven't been related to because we cannot see from our eyes. So we don't give the value and we don't give the attention that we should. Okay. At the end of the day, once we are talking about spirituality and even about if you want to go religion, spirituality, this is things that we don't see normally. Okay. And
yeah,
people believe in that. So okay, so let's extrapolate this into health, and we will be understanding that many things we cannot see is there and actually affect us. So from this concept, we will go further into health and how
mm,
health is completely related to spirituality as well.
amazing.
Yeah.
We've got Daryl in the chat, who you had a call with. Is one of
Oh
my
yes, Dario,
Daryl and I are
thank
like
you.
this. He's my
Yeah.
twin.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
And we've got some beautiful people in the chat. They're asking what our skincare routine is. They say we look good.
Yeah.
We're, we're gonna go into it. It's not cream. It's not anything. This is exactly what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
If you follow what Jose and I are gonna be sharing, and you apply it into your life, every part of your physical, every part of your human experience, your skin, your insides, your outsides, your mind, your spirit, everything is gonna clear up. No more spots, no pimples, no blemishes, and you're gonna start to have a very healthy human experience. So
Yeah.
I love what you said, a marriage of the spirituality and of the science. And I think it's very interesting because we didn't create ourselves, right? We were
Mm.
created by something, by someone.
Mm-hmm.
Even your parents didn't create you. They just incubated you. You gave the
Mm.
ingredients, but they didn't design it. So
Yeah.
when we're sick, we go to a doctor. Thank you. When we're sick, we go to a doctor, and the doctors, they study the body, and we
Yeah.
think it's okay, right? But when people study things that we can't see, there tends to be an apprehension, right? There tends to be an apprehension. But my argument with that is we can only see about 1% of the visible light spectrum.
Yeah.
So it means there's a lot of things that we can't see that affect us. Radiation can't be seen, but if you get exposed to it, it's going to make you sick, right? So please, Jose, could you tell us a little bit more of um, why are things we can't see so important?
That's a really good question. Actually, you mentioned something is completely important to understand. We can see 1% of the spectrum of light, right? We know that
Yeah.
this is science. Like this is the base of science. Okay, I'm coming from a background that I needed to get used to understand things that I couldn't see. My background is in engineering. I'm an electrical engineer. Was my first degree,
Mm,
and I needed to relate always things that I couldn't see, but I needed to understand
yeah.
from a scientific way. So if we understand that's what we are surrendered about, we can only see that 1%.
Mm,
At least, even if we cannot see, we need to be open mind to say, well, maybe between quotation marks, I'm ignorant about what is around
yeah.
me. Okay, so from that moment on, we're open to a new
Mm,
reality. Okay, electromagnetism is around us. Actually, we are a vessel. Okay, we are a vessel, and once you are talking about like your parents they are just a vessel for you to come to life.
yeah.
Okay, from a higher source. If you want to call it source, you want to call it God, whatever. We are just coming here through someone. Okay, and we have this experience. Okay,
Mm,
we have this experience that actually at the end of the day, um, we are just experiencing something that the soul need to have in 3D reality, to have the senses, to have the
mhm,
experience, to transcend things that we have in an energetic DNA. Let's put it into this way.
mm,
Okay,
yeah.
and this energetic DNA is related to feelings.
Yeah.
This is what actually the soul always bring to another life.
Mhm.
Okay, this is what the soul brings for you to work on this life. Things that hasn't been solved. Okay, things that you need to work and you need to actually transcend.
This this is too right. We're entering the conversation of reincarnation, right? Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Your
Exactly.
parents were a vessel for something. Your parents did not make your soul. Your parents didn't make. There's genes that passed on, but your parents didn't make everything in between here. There's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of it that came from somewhere else. That came from God. That came from a higher power, right? And there's one thing that you said there is so powerful, that we're a vessel. Everybody is a vessel for something.
Yeah.
And we're not always aware of what's being poured into our vessel,
Yeah.
which is what we're talking about today. How to live a healthier life, how to prevent and cure spiritual diseases.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you have a physical disease, we have people that can help you with that. What about the spiritual diseases? Who do you go
Yeah,
to? What do you
yeah,
do? What medicine do you take?
yeah.
Is there a retreat for it? Is there a hospital for that? We don't
Hmm.
have the answers to these questions, which is why people that are talking about it, like yourself, and
Yeah,
people like myself that are interested, that want to know more, that want to ask these questions,
yeah.
was is a very crucial conversation. So let's talk around that. How do you know what's being poured into this vessel?
I love how you frame the questions.
Thank you.
Um, how do you know? You know, once every time you face a
Mm,
boundary in your
mm,
life, you understand that that boundary is trying to teach you something that you
mm,
need to work on this life. Okay. For example, I'm just giving an example. Once we have our parents in this life, this is normally we will have lessons to learn from them, no matter what's happening. If you consider them as like good or bad
mm.
parents, if we want to label, which is never like this, but it's for a reason.
Yeah.
Okay, we all have been passing like really controversial times with our parents, but actually they are there for us to learn something.
Yeah.
The soul actually like the soul choose our parents for us to learn something, for us
Mm,
to develop something. And this is really important. Imagine, for example, if we are talking, and I want to be clear with all our people that they are now watching us. I personally I don't follow any religion. I learn from all of them.
yeah.
Okay, I learn from all of them, and I do believe as well, like if we go to the spiritual world, we transcend religion.
Hmm.
Okay, we can come back to talk about different religions, but once we are talking about spirituality, is no boundaries between them, because at the end of the day, all of them are talking about the same in different ways. It's the same as talking about different
Yes.
languages. Okay, we can talk about we can speak in English, we can speak Spanish, but at the end of the day, the aim of all languages is communication.
Yeah.
Same as religion is communicate something.
There you
It
go.
has been distorted, is completely different. This is for human problems. But the real spiritual is what unite us all together as human species, okay? As a being, as a whole being.
Yeah.
Okay? I want to make clear about
If I
this. This is super important.
if I can just add something on that as
Of course,
well, that
of course,
Daryl
please.
Daryl said religion is the road to spirituality. That's very
Mm,
true. It's a pathway, right?
yeah,
But how about we reverse engineer it? That faith or spirituality is a belief of something. It's something
yeah,
you can't see, something that you can't, it's hard to explain. It's infinite, right? It's
yeah,
hard to, and every language has a limited amount of letters and characters. So
yeah,
things get lost in translation. That's why the conversation of the Bible is in English has 20 something characters in English, 20 something letters.
yeah.
Coming from the Hebrew has over 400 letters. But even in 400 letters, you can't capture something infinite in a limited language. So
Mm.
I say it like this. Faith is infinite belief, belief of infinite power. And religion is men's interpretation of it, which is limited.
100%. 100% with you. And again, I do believe as well that religion has been useful because the low consciousness of humanity, because it drops. Okay, so we
Yeah.
needed religion for a while.
Mm.
Okay, but now, guys, we need to be aware that we are transcending as a species, as a being. Okay, so definitely, I'm not against your religion. I'm not against about like what you believe. I'm just saying that in the core value of the spirit, we are all the same.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is the most important thing. No matter what you follow, if you follow love, you are on the wise path.
That's
You
it.
know, that's it. So this is all for all the respect and all the things, but what we are talking here about, this conversation is also part of healing,
Mm.
healing for humanity as well, for understanding each other, and for going deeper in what we are going to transcend. Okay, and again, religion has been used for a while, but we need to go further. We need to go further. We need to learn from the wisest people that we all have from different religions. You can learn from all of them,
Yeah.
and be wise, be loving once you learn from them, because they normally, if you check about the wisest people that's after religion has been created, for example, Christianity, Muslim, guys, really, if you check the history and you go with your heart, they never talk about creating a religion. They were talking a way of living as human, as a loving beings, but they never talk about creating a religion. Never.
That's right. That's right. And at the end of the day, um, there's certain things that have been monetized in this world. There's certain things that have been packaged, right? University was made up by somebody. Before, there were just people that were teaching about things. Then they're like, okay, cool, then we shouldn't do this for free. How about we make some money from it, right? The
Yeah.
idea has always been there, but human beings, our mind looks for ways to be opportunistic about it, to package it and be like, okay, how can we make money from this? How can we? And it's a physical need, it's a physical desire, right?
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But just to add on something that you said, like if you really go and study all the different religions, they all talk about protecting your body, yeah. But they also talk about protecting your mind, protecting your spirit. The
Exactly.
Yeah, the Bible says to guard your heart and your mind, because out of the heart flows all the issues of life. If my
Hmm.
heart wants something, it's going to be hard for my mind to say no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Exactly.
start looking for it, right? And so I would really like us to, um, and one other thing as well. All the religions, they never talk bad about the other religions because they knew
Mm,
something that we didn't. They never
mm,
talk bad about it. In the
mm,
Quran, it says that anybody that follows a holy book, that they will be fine. Leave them alone. Don't tell them nothing. Don't tell them infidel, this, that. No. Anybody that
mm,
believes in something, they're all right. Leave them alone. That's the
mm.
basic translation of it. And in the
Beautiful.
scripture, yeah, you say one thing I love about your bio is that you said you're a disciple of Nikola Tesla, a disciple of Jesus.
I
These are
say, I
people,
say, I say, disciple of Nikola Tesla and a student of Jesus.
yes, a
So
student of Jesus.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I like that.
yeah,
I like that. I think
yeah.
I tried to save words on the poster. That was what it
It's
was.
okay. It's
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's fine. But this is it. And Jesus himself said that how people will know that you follow me is by how you love others. That's it.
Oof.
Not
Yeah.
by your
Wow.
miracle,
Yeah,
not
it's
by
true.
the Bible. You can tell people, not by this, not by that. It's by how you treat people. That's how
Yeah,
people are gonna know that you're from me. So,
yeah.
um, I would like us to, I'd like us to continue the conversation to talk on that topic, because I think we've gone on to a little bit of a background on a disclaimer almost that we're not attacking any religion, we're not promoting this one, promoting that one,
Yeah, yeah.
which is a beautiful thing. But
And
let's.
and
Mhm.
again, what we are saying is with all the love. It's with all the love. It's with all, seriously, guys. It's with all the love possible, and an open mind, an open conversation about like just sharing what we believe, and how we can contribute for others to maybe to expand, at least expand an idea. Okay,
There you
that's
go.
it.
The way I'd like it, I like all of us to see it is, um, this is not to change anybody's mind about anything, but maybe this might give you a little medicine to keep in the cabinet. Maybe it's medicine you need for now, maybe it's medicine you need for later. Something
Yeah,
that you can just take and make your experience a little bit better. Maybe it takes away a headache. Maybe it clears up all your pimples, clears up your skin.
yeah,
Maybe it stops you from, the same way we wear gloves when we're working in the garden, to stop us from getting dirt under our nails and to stop us from getting wood splinters. The same way we wear gloves when we're cooking chicken so that we don't get sick. That's it. That's what we're talking about on a spiritual level. So
yeah.
Jose, you talked about what I loved about your presentation was, it's not just protecting your body, but protecting your spirit as well.
100%.
Why is it important to protect our spirit?
Think about, actually feel about it.
Mm,
Feel about it.
mm,
human, actually the word even human, like we are splitting into human is one of the part, and being is another part. Okay, so we are both, we are matter and
Yeah.
energy, and we have said again, we can only see just 1%. So where is the 99 one? Is our being. Okay, it's our being. It's like is the core of everything. Is the core of everything. Is our, actually, the essence of being alive. Okay, that's the matter side is really important. But if we go to mathematics, and we are saying this, if we go to mathematics, like not even talking about spiritual or religious concept, if we go to mathematics, if we can see that what we see is 1%, and what we cannot see is 99, which is more related to more etherical or spiritual. Okay, let's pay more attention to this, because this is actually affecting health in ways that we cannot imagine.
Yeah.
And we have been hurting the spirit for so many centuries, so many millennials, that we need to go deeper and see our
Yeah.
darkness. Because it's exactly, guys, if we want to extrapolate this, and you go to a doctor, once you go to a doctor and you see a disease, you actually try to solve it, right? In the spiritual level, it's the same. Let's find the problem, where the issue come, where the disease come, how has been created.
Yeah.
So also there, we need to be open mind to say, maybe we need some surgeries in the spiritual level. You know,
Yeah, of course.
we need some surgery there. We need to go, as humans, we need to go into the deep level of the spirit to understand what is going on.
Definitely. And if you think about it, because I've had a surgery before. Anybody that's had a surgery in the chat, cord cutting are beautiful. We'll get into that. Thank you,
Thank you,
Dan.
Dario.
That's it. Anybody that's had a surgery in the chat, please put it in there. I've had an appendectomy. They removed my appendix because I ate the popcorn kernels and it got stuck in there and
Ooh,
it started blowing up like a balloon. So something that was getting sick and making me sick and causing pain, they opened me up and removed it. So who's to say that in our mind or in our spirit, there's not something that could turn sick and start to cause us pain? Physically, we will either fix it or we'll remove it. But we
exactly.
need to do that on the spiritual level as well. There's something, if there's a cancer, they shoot it with radiation to kill the cancer, they cut out the cancer. Even if it's on your breast, they'll rather chop off your whole breast than for you to
Yeah,
die, right?
yeah,
So spiritually, and this is what Daryl is saying with the cord cutting, something that you feel is a part of you, spiritually, if it's causing you that much pain and it's so hard to heal, it might be worth removing it and cutting it off.
yeah.
And that's where we look at something like I was talking with one of my mentors today, Malcolm from Rising Masculinity, and he was saying that someone that's had issues with alcohol, it's not a it, there's a physical component to it, but there's a mental and a spiritual issue as well. And the 12-step alcoholics program, Alcoholics Anonymous, the 12-step program is a spiritual program. And
Hmm.
there's a big spiritual, yes, Kazo. There's a big spiritual element to that program, to getting you to cut off the part of you that feels it needs alcohol, that feels it needs drugs, that feels it needs to dive into women. Me personally, you're a very attractive, handsome man. You definitely have people that are looking for your attention. Me myself, once upon a time, I couldn't. There was maybe max one night a week I would spend by myself. All the time I was with somebody in a
Hmm.
in a sexual manner, because I was trying to heal something spiritually with something physical,
Yeah.
and it didn't work. What are your thoughts on
Mm.
that?
Man, I'm gonna give my personal situation
Mm,
in the past. Even with alcohol and also with sexual relationship. We can start with alcohol.
mm,
Um, I'm gonna provide an example what's happened, and also related to healing and health as well. Okay. Um, I'm coming from a family that my father used to have like big issues with
mm,
alcohol, and he was an alcoholic, and I was, like, because I got to a point that I was not forgiving him for so many things that he did because I was judging. Actually, I was repeating the same as him.
Mm.
I got into alcohol. I was doing like the same as him, like alcohol, women. I'm not putting as excuse. I was
Mm.
just repeating unconsciously that I was actually putting a bandage, the
Mm.
same as he was doing because I was judging him. So this is something in a spiritual level. You need to understand that once you judge, you're gonna repeat sooner or later
Yeah.
what you are judging. Because the spirit is gonna tell you somehow, hey, you need to pass through this to understand that maybe this person was
Yeah.
really weak. That's why they couldn't actually handle the situation, and they go through something that actually release for a short period of time the pain.
Mm.
This was my realization. And talking about this also about the alcohol, guys, in English, you have a word that is super interesting, right? You call it, the majority of the drinks, you call it a spirit.
Mm.
Think about this. Think about this. Think how you can open yourself in another realms because, again, once you understand that words, they have also a history, okay?
Mhm.
And for example, in let's call it a bit further. Even in magic, sometimes you use words. You use words. What I'm saying, magic could be a spiritual science, okay? Which the spirit also has science behind.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we are talking about spirit, think about how much damage can do in yourself by opening to a realms that something can get in. Okay, I want people to understand this. I want people to understand this. Why once you go for a drink, you call it spirit. Okay, you need to pay attention to this because in my language, in Spanish, we don't have that,
Mm.
but in English you have it. So pay attention to the words and what it
Mm.
means. Okay, this is really important. Okay, having said that, I was repeating the same as my father, for example, on this, and I got even like a disease in my liver because of that as well. Was also the feeling of judgment and,
Yes.
and anger as well, like it was affecting me. But in the physical realm, I was doing the same as him as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And going further about the sexual relationship that we were talking as well, and is super important to discuss. For many years in my life, I was just hanging with many women, uh, and it was not deep
No.
relationship. It was
As
just really,
as many men do. Usually nowadays, if you have plenty women, people think you're cool. People think you must be
yeah,
this, you must be that. So
yeah,
it's inside just by looking at it. If nobody tells you, you get into your head and you want to do that as well.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And seriously, I want to say to everyone who is listening, and even the young people, even more, man, seriously, I was completely wrong because I was also believing that the more women you are with, the more man you are, and it's completely the opposite. You need
Yeah.
to respect yourself. You need to be really wise for the people that you connect because sexual energies are super powerful. Okay,
Mhm.
you are sharing your temple with someone.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's super important for you to understand this, and you having many women doesn't mean that you are a better man at all. It's the
Mm.
opposite. I would say it's the opposite because you are not respecting yourself,
Yeah.
you know, and you don't go in depth with any woman, you know. And the thing is, I spent many years of my life doing that, feeling that I probably my ego was saying, "Wow, you are a cool guy. Like, look at this. Like, you are with so many." Is seriously is the emptiness and is the misunderstanding of yourself, a misunderstanding of your spirit. Is spiritual ignorance.
Yes. 100%. I'd like before we go too far, because there's so much that we can talk about here.
Yeah,
The word spirit, it has a particular meaning, but I think it's designed in such a way where something like physical substances, alcohol, drugs, even things like Netflix, something entertainment, something that distracts you physically. What they do, yes, that's the Jezebel energy. What they do is that they make you focus on your physical body. So when you're watching your physical body too much, this is why they say like you shouldn't be always taking pictures of yourself because you're focused on the physical too much. So where you're not watching the spiritual, right? We're
Mm,
trifecta beings. We're spiritual beings having a physical experience.
mhm.
We are the spirit, we are the body, and then we are the mind. The mind is your will and your emotions, right? So
Yeah.
it's like in the kitchen, if you're looking in the fridge, you can't also be looking in the oven. If you're looking in the oven, you can't also be looking at the cupboards. If you're looking in the cupboards, you can't also be paying attention to what you're cooking on the stove.
Mm,
So the spirits, the alcohol, they get you to look into one too much, to where you
mhm.
ignore the other ones. And they
Yeah.
make you sensitive in the spirit to where things that can be happening. They make you and again I'm a Christian, but I'm a person of faith. In Christianity and a lot of other religions, it doesn't say don't drink. It says be sober so that you can be vigilant, so that you can pay attention to what's happening. Because there's people going around looking for like a roaring lion looking to
Mm,
devour you. If you're
yeah.
drunk on the street, there's people looking to come and take your wallet, take your phone, take all of these things. And there's people doing that spiritually as well, right? So think about it. If when you're wearing something white, imagine your body, you said it, your body is your temple. If you're wearing a white outfit, you're very careful, you know. If you see a puddle, if you see a mud, or you see something that's dirty, you're very careful. Somebody's eating chocolate, you don't let them touch you, right? It's the exact same. Spiritually, imagine yourself as wearing white. And when somebody touches you with something dirty, it might take a lot of time to get it out, or maybe it will never come out. And
Mhm.
that's one of the reasons I think is important to be careful with when it comes to sexual relationships, because they touch you
Yeah.
even if you don't know their name. And I'm guilty of that too. So a lot of people are. It might touch you in a way where you don't see it, and it takes time. It might take a long time, or it might never come out.
Mm,
How does
mm.
that sound to you, brother?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I agree with you, and you know, like you highlighting the importance of understand the temple,
Mm,
understand who is gonna be in that temple.
yeah,
You know, who you're gonna share the fire. For example, in ancient wisdom, and once we can see the temples, and there were always people will resonate with this maybe on movies. They always represent in temples uh, the fire. You know, even the Olympics, like once we have the all these games, the Olympic
yeah.
games, you see the fire.
They bring
Okay,
the
the
torch, yeah.
fire represents the sexual energies.
Mm,
Okay, inside when they put it inside of a temple, that actually represent the importance for humanity to remember the sexual energies and to remember who is going to be inside bringing the fire.
yeah,
This all the things are representation of alchemy, a representation of the secretness of sexual
yeah.
energies, okay? But in a way that's needed to transcend time and space for people to remember once we are ready for that, okay? This
Exactly
is
right.
this is this is super important, guys. This is super important. Is we are talking here about a topic that I would say, as my good friends right now, Jennifer is saying, creative life force. Exactly, something that can create life. What can do for us if we actually are respectful about this.
Mm. Let's, that's amazing. I've just gotten a revelation on it. Let's flip it. If something can create life, like sex, we should be very careful with how we use it, right?
Exactly.
What about something that can take life, like a knife or a gun?
Mm, exactly.
Anything that can create life or take life or end life, we need to be very careful with it
Exactly.
because it can change somebody's life forever, especially
Exactly.
yours.
Exactly.
Especially yours.
Exactly.
Uh,
Exactly.
let
And
me
those
let,
and those life, those knife, those knife, they also actually are in the spiritual world in different ways.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to say this for later to explain. Please continue with that.
That's right. One of my mentors, Apostle Joshua Selman, very mighty man in the faith. He says that truth is like a knife. That's something like truth, something like honor is like a knife. It can kill even the person holding it.
Yeah,
That you need to be careful where you point it, you know?
yeah,
Because if I go and start telling stories about you, oh, I saw Jose do this and this, the police will ask me, oh, how do you know you were there? And now I've
yeah,
gotten myself in trouble as well
yeah,
with the same truth. You see that?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
beautiful. That's beautiful. Um, there was,
I also want to say I also want to say I'm talking about health as well, which is
mm,
the main topic, and sexual energies. Um, Guys, uh once we do a detox, that it's common nowadays to do a detox, okay, about toxins and all the things. There's also all these toxins in the sexual realm, okay.
yeah,
Like, if we could see people, and again, I was in the past, many like years ago, I was probably one of those people. But literally, and I want to make this clear, and maybe it sounds a little bit like tough, but many people inside are like, according to sexual energies, are rubbish bin.
hmm,
They're like just like a place where like it's a lot of shit inside of them, and they're not aware that this is
yeah,
real, that the same toxins that we have like in physical, it can be also in the spiritual or energetic world as
yes,
well. And I'm saying this not to judge anyone. It's like, because I passed through that experience to understand that maybe I was actually that rubbish bin in the past, you know and not even aware. I couldn't even understand this knowledge.
mm,
I didn't have the chance, like, someone could provide this information.
exactly.
Someone can actually open me my own thoughts about this. Okay, we are not putting this is the truth or something. If that resonates with you and it has some spiritual logic, just, this is for you.
Exactly.
If resonates with you. If not, it's completely fine.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course. Daroza said, as above, so below.
Yeah.
The yin yang and
Yes.
as within, so without. This is it.
Yeah.
And there's a scripture that I really like. So everything that happens in the physical has to happen in the spiritual first, or vice versa, right? So whatever is loosed in heaven is loosed on earth. Whatever's bound in heaven is bound on earth. If you cancel an idea in your head, there's no chance you're going to do it. The same way,
Yeah.
we need to be aware of these things. So it's like, if you're constipated, there's laxatives you can take, or you go in a juice cleanse, right? So that you
Yeah.
can flush it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same way, like spiritually, we need to be able to do the same thing. And I think a very important part is understanding when that's the case. It's like when you're gassy, when you have a lot of flatulence, you'll know. When you need to use the toilet, you haven't used the toilet in a long time, you're gonna know.
Hmm.
Spiritually, we need to start to feel more of these things, right?
Yeah.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
So, how do you think we can be more sensitive to our spirit? Because you just touched on doing spiritual detox, and because that's more of a cure. But
Yeah.
when it comes to prevention, I think, for instance, a lot of people, they don't wash their hands before they eat, and they lick their fingers, everything.
Hmm.
So a lot of people, they get sick like that. So we need to spiritually wash our hands, but also the same way you wouldn't just put anything inside your mouth,
Yeah.
don't allow just anyone inside your body. Let me just say it like that.
100%. And also, I would say another recommendation: talk to your spirit. Talk to your spirit about if a person is right for you or
Mm,
not.
mm,
Talk to your spirit. Ask for, is this person right for my own growth and my own connection to divinity?
yeah,
This is is an answer that you might not receive straight away, but you will receive it. You will receive it. And it's something important. We sometimes forget that we we can talk with something higher than us. And again, if you want to see in more spiritual, you say God. If you want to see more in a scientific, you say energy, but it's something higher than us. Okay? That's it. We can connect with that and we will receive a lot of information in different ways. Actually, how the spiritual realm works is like you will receive the answer in ways that you might not even expect. Okay, maybe a conversation, maybe you ask that person something or they reply to you something that you will receive that answer. Okay,
Yeah.
also nowadays, and again, everything I'm saying is because I had my experience from the darkness and also from the lights. I'm learning, I've been learning a lot from my darkness and how I used to work with these things, you know, in sexuality and all the things. It's super important. And I do believe like we all need to pass through the darkness as well to understand the light later on, you know, and don't rush, don't rush to connect with someone. Don't rush. Nowadays it's like you know, like people need to be sometimes like I can see like the first night that they meet, they are like already engaged
Yeah.
in sexuality. Hey guys, again, I put my hands. I used to do that. Okay, I used to do that a lot, and I'm saying to you, just a recommendation. You can do whatever, but if you want to go further and you want to actually connect more with your spirit and you want to go beyond in what we are saying, like seriously, you don't need to rush. Just connect with your spirit. Say, please, this person, is this person right for me? Is this person, you know, is this person right for me? Can I grow with this person? And once you consider, it's not about time. It's not about time. I'm just giving you that the first day, you know, like in society is kind of like actually young people, it's like you need to have sex normally the first day or the
Yeah.
second day. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's something like if you don't do it, like something is wrong.
Something's wrong, you're lame.
And you know what is wrong? To connect with someone who you don't really know
Yeah.
in the spiritual level. You have no idea how many diseases that person has in the energetic world.
Yeah.
You
Can't
have
see it.
no idea. You have no idea. And this because people also are really paying attention to all the disease that humans can actually share to another one, you know, in the physical world.
Yeah.
But we are not so aware in the spiritual world that is the same as we were saying before. You were mentioning everything that's exists in as above so below, as Dari cells, and what you are saying as well. Everything that is created in matter is also created in energy.
Yes.
So we are talking that we are really aware about the diseases in matter, and our medicine is completely focused on this, but we are not aware of the diseases that we have in energy.
No.
And we are transferring, and the way to transfer energetic diseases is through sexual energies,
Yes.
through the connection. Okay?
That's why say they say make sure you wear a glove, because when you shake somebody's hand in real life, what's on their hand goes onto your hand. So that's why,
Exactly.
men, please glove up. Glove up, please. But this is one
And
thing
women
that
as
I
well. And women as well. We are just talking for both. We are
yeah,
talking for both. Okay, we are talking for both. I do
100%.
believe as well. I agree with you that many men are like this message. Maybe could be more focused on men, but also for women, because sometimes I do believe like they feel the pressure
Yeah.
to be with a man because maybe the man they don't want them later. Hey, respect yourself.
Yeah.
That's the person that you actually will respect you and actually you deserve
Mm.
will wait. And this is not weakness. This is actually
Yeah.
enlightenment. Let's put it into this way. This is going to the next level.
Let's let's put it like this. If you go to a restaurant and the starters are so good, You're not rushing for the main course. You're not rushing for the
Yeah.
dessert. You're having a good time. You're doing this. You're laughing. You're joking. And then the waiter is coming to ask you, "Are you ready?" You're like, "No, we're enjoying it. We're enjoying it." Do you get what I'm saying? This is how life is supposed to be like. So a lot of the time, we might be rushing into the sexual aspect of things because we're not confident of the other things we have to offer. And I've been there. I used to lead. I used to lead with my lingam. I used to I used to lead with things of that matter because I wasn't confident of my personality. I wasn't confident of myself. I was focused so much on all of this beautiful stuff that you're seeing, right?
Mm,
And because that's what you see in the mirror. And a lot of the time it's because nobody has told you, "Oh, Jose, you're an amazing person. You have so much to offer. I could listen to you talk for hours. We can talk for hours. Wow, you've really helped me get an understanding of something that I've been needing my whole life." If people start to tell you these things, you start to realize, I'm much more than a pretty face. Okay, cool. So that means that somebody can talk to me and be happy with just talking to me for a long time. Yeah, sure. But also, there should be a physical component to it. When I saw you, I shook your hand, I gave you a hug, right?
yeah.
Where we hugged, we took a picture. There can be a physical aspect as well without it going to, I'm not saying, Jose, let's go take a sauna, let's get, like, it doesn't have to go there.
Wow, if you told me that day, it was a little bit weird, man.
There you go.
Since the first time we met, it goes no.
But now, if I'm like, okay, Jose, let's go, we'll talk, we'll go to spa, go sauna, now you'll be more comfortable with it because we know each
Yeah,
other a little bit better.
yeah,
And let me speak from experience. I know a lot of people can relate to this. You're saying before, in today's day and age, you should be aiming to get sexually involved with the person on the first night. And that's usually a thing. It's like because now they've made that the destination. They've made
hmm,
sex the destination, where that's not it. That's maybe a step along the way. But when it comes is it's secondary. Daryl just said rushing into sex before you're aligned brings out traumas before they have time to be healed in the relationship. Lovely. Being
lovely.
spirit being spiritually, emotionally, and mentally safe first, otherwise our systems crash. That is exactly right. That is
Yeah,
exactly right. So
and
like I
thank
was
you,
saying,
Daryl. Like to be so active on the conversation. That's amazing.
I love it.
Thank you.
Daryl's my
Yeah,
brother, is my twin. He
yeah,
knows everything that's going on in my life. We support each other,
yeah,
and the connection Daryl and I have. No woman can give that to me. Do you get what I'm saying?
yeah.
And so this is it. But if yeah, so me personally, and Daryl knows I love you too, brother. Daryl knows
We
this as
love you.
well. Um, I can only speak for myself. Like I said, like you said, I've been. You didn't said qualify your partners like you qualify your leads. Yes, anybody you wouldn't let into your business, don't let into your mind, into your body. Be careful.
Exactly,
Me
exactly.
personally, I've I've never slept in the same bed as somebody and not had sex with them. If as long as it was a woman I was interested in,
Hmm.
right? And usually, it's very common on the first night that I've meet somebody in the past that I would get with them. That there's nothing that
Mm,
there's
yeah,
there's, there's nothing I wouldn't get, and
yeah.
that was my mentality previously. We got Ryan in the chat. So, but
Hey,
now,
Ryan,
yes, yes,
welcome.
Ryan. Guys, Ryan is in the chat. He organized the
The
conference
Wave
where
of
Jose and I
Impact.
met, the
Yeah,
Waves Impact
yeah,
Conference.
amazing.
Thank you,
Yeah,
connecting all the truth seekers and all the great minds. Thank you for the introduction, brother.
thank
Um,
you.
but yeah, so previously, first night, I'll get whatever I want, right? And that was what my destination. That was what I was thinking about. That was the plan. That was the scheme. But
Hmm.
now, very recently, I had an experience where I spent 2 days with somebody, and that didn't happen. And I was so happy, so fulfilled, not because it didn't happen, but because I was happy with everything else. There was, like Daryl said, there was an alignment
Yeah,
there. So
yeah,
I was satisfied. I was so satisfied. And we didn't ignore it. We
yeah.
didn't sit on opposite sides of the couch. We were very open and very honest about it. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I like you like this, like this, like this, right? But then we don't need to rush. So Jose pulled the Spanish strings for the event. Great shares, honorable. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you,
Thank you,
Ryan.
Ryan.
That's it. So guys, we don't need to rush to go all the way in somewhere, because if somebody becomes a millionaire overnight, there's a problem. We need to look into it. The same
Hmm.
way, if you go all the way with somebody overnight without talking to them, without knowing their name, without seeing if you're in alignment, it's always going to cause problems, and you'll bring out trauma, like Daryl said.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that, Jose?
I agree with you in everything you have said, and just to would like to highlight again. Okay, so we need to understand that once we have actually it's beautiful if we see in these terms. It's beautiful to have another way of flirting,
Mm,
a way of like
yeah.
understanding, learning about the person.
Mm,
This game can be beautiful as well without having sex the first night. It's a game. You start learning. You actually get out from the mask. You
yes.
start see you start like actually seeing if it's a compatibility between you
Mm,
guys, because it's the same. Like, imagine, for example, like a party or New Year's Eve start from the first hour in the morning with the fireworks. It doesn't make sense, right? The fireworks is the end of the
yeah.
day, right? So it's
Yeah.
the same. It's the same. Like, actually, if we're thinking and put some logic,
Hmm.
this should be the way to, once you connect with someone, it's like a process before
Yeah.
to that can be super beautiful and super
Yeah.
enjoyable. Like, do not go straight to the
Yeah.
fireworks. And,
Yeah.
and enjoy the process. Enjoy the process. Hey, you're a man, and you feel like, man, you don't need to be straight away with the woman that you like.
Yeah.
You can enjoy the process to
Mm,
understand her, to get to know her. Okay, if you're a woman, don't feel the pressure to be, if you feel it, don't feel the pressure to be with the man, because they might believe like, he might believe like, you need to be with him the first night, otherwise you are not a woman to. All this is bullshit.
mm,
All this is bullshit. It's just like, seriously, my humble suggestion is to get to know someone,
yeah.
to start discovering layers. And the last layer that I would say that is one of the most important ones, you go for that later on. But start taking layers out, start seeing what is behind that person. At the end of the day, think about this. We go from matter to energy. We are actually reversing
Yeah.
engineering. So we start from here. We can see, of course, you need to feel some attraction as well. Like, this is
Yeah.
normal in the physical realm, but attraction can go further, way further, and it's way better. It's
Mm,
way better if you go deeper and deeper and deeper, because even, you know what? A secret: sex is even way better when you know someone. When you get to know someone, sex gets another level. Gets Sex gets another level, and this is something super important.
I love what you're saying. And if I could just add a little bit of a garnish, a little bit of a background to it. In the Bible, it says wait until marriage, right? Wait until marriage. This is one of the reasons. So you
Mm,
can get to know somebody and build a connection with somebody,
yeah,
so you can enjoy that thing. Sex is a gift from God. It's a gift from the creators, right? We're two pieces of the puzzle that fit together to make a prettier picture, right?
yeah.
When you try and force one piece of the puzzle onto another one, it feels hard. You have to rush it. You have to force it, press it, and it doesn't look
Mm,
nice. But when everything just fits in calmly and there's a connection, when two pieces of the puzzle that are made for each other fit, it goes in nice and smooth. You don't need to rush it, right?
a hundred
And
percent.
there you go. And if we can look at it like this, like you said, we don't. we don't bring desserts first. We don't start the fireworks first thing at the party. And if you think of parties, the best parties I've been to are the ones where we were all getting to know each other before we started partying.
Yes,
You know?
yes, yes.
Exactly right, because it's the connection. The
Yeah,
connection allows the energy to flow. A lot of
a
people
hundred percent.
they believe in God, but are they connected? Do they have a connection? I might
Mm-hmm.
know Jose. A lot of people, I'm sure they know you, but your connection with people is going to be different depending
Yeah.
on how much time they spend with you, what questions they ask you, what they invite you to, whether they're inviting you to sauna on the first day or you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
exactly.
I love what you said that everything starts with getting to know, right? And it starts with the physical. You see somebody, unless you're blind, you see somebody before you start speaking to them,
Yeah.
right? Nobody closes their eyes and I'm going to walk up to somebody and speak to them. No one
Mm-hmm.
does that. You look first. The same way
Mm-hmm.
when you order something from a menu, you see the name, you think, is it
Mm-hmm.
going to taste nice? Okay, cool. Let's try. You might see the picture. You're like, looks good. Okay, let maybe you ask the waiter, what about this one?
Yeah.
There you go. And that's what dating sites are all about. They show you what it's gonna be like a little bit. Okay, this is what they look like. This is what they sound
Mm-hmm.
like. Okay, this is how it's gonna go. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Are you interested? Yes. Okay, now you start the process of getting to know somebody. Because in the
Mm-hmm.
Bible it says that you need to cleave. It means two beings becoming one, not just in flesh, but in mind and in spirit. It says, how can two
Yeah.
walk together unless they agree?
A
And
hundred
you can't
percent.
get the agreement without getting the connection first.
Exactly, exactly. And just to highlight as well, like sexual energies are the energy that connect with source, connect us with source. So if you really consider yourself as religious or spiritual, wow, I love this.
Yeah.
If you consider yourself religious or spiritual, whatever you want to put the name on,
Mm,
guys, we need to understand that sexual energies are the ones that connect us to source or God,
yes.
okay? Are the creation of life, okay, in different realms, just not the physical,
Yeah.
okay? So just pay attention to this if and if resonate with you in your heart this information that we are sharing,
Yeah.
just pay more attention. Actually, it's fun because you once you start discovering this, you will connect with other kind of people, with other kind of relationship.
Mm,
You start sharing from the beginning. You start actually building a
yeah.
cornerstone for relationship. Maybe you won't have a long relationship with a person, okay, that you have met, but I'm 100% sure that you will develop yourself in levels that you cannot imagine. you
Yeah.
can you can help that person to grow, and that person can help you to grow a lot on that. Okay, and also I just wanted to mention as well, Carlton. Once we talk about religion for many, many, many centuries and millennia,
Mm,
sex was seen as something. It was a sin.
mm-hmm.
Okay, and the people like they were like having sexual relationship. They were like sinners,
Yeah.
and this is completely wrong. Actually, the main teachers of wisdom and people like Muhammad, Jesus, they were what they actually saw sexuality and one of the most sacred and sacred things
Yes.
for humanity.
Yes.
Okay, and it was about the
Mm,
respect of what you do with
mm,
that. It's not like to do or not to
mm,
do or punish if you are doing it. This is not. Sexuality is great. It's how you use. It's like if you have let's put it into this way. If you have a technology that can provide energy for free to people, or you use that technology to actually use for nuclear
mm.
bombs, it's the same technology.
Yeah.
It's the same technology. And if we want to extrapolate this, sexual energies are the highest technology for a spirit.
Yes. Yes. The same the same knife that can cut your vegetables is the same knife that can end up killing somebody. It's not the knife that's the problem. But now they said that's why they're like, okay, cool. Josh has joined us. Hello, Josh. So now, um, they said they're like, okay, you have to show me ID before you can buy the knife. But the knife is not the problem. The knife is people's minds, their hearts, and their spirit, what they want to do with it. Daryl,
Exactly.
this is how I know that me, you, and Daryl were all like this.
Yeah.
Daryl, as you were saying something, Daryl literally said, he said that when we're both connected to God before sex, you can experience God together in sex.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It is.
Love that.
Of
Yeah,
course,
love that.
and it's biblical because
Yeah.
if you look at Genesis in the Bible, you see that oh they ate the fruit and they're like oh we're naked now, right? And then they went to hide. But the issue is that it's a connection to source. Anything that makes you hide from
Yeah.
God, hide from yourself, anything that makes you unable to look at yourself in the mirror, it's not that the thing is wrong, but the way you're going about it is very wrong. There's a
Mm-hmm.
difference between murder and self-defense. There's a
Mm.
difference between chopping your vegetables and chopping somebody.
Mm.
It's the same tool, but it's a very different
Yeah.
process. And
Yeah.
these conversations is what's going to help us to discern right from wrong, right?
Yeah.
The Bible, the scripture says that how can two walk together unless they agree? It says that you should study to show yourself
Mm-hmm.
approved so that you're not ending up ashamed.
Yeah.
Because if there's things that I don't know, and if I had met you when I was 18, my life would have been different. I wouldn't have been ashamed of certain things that I had done. I wouldn't have regretted certain things I've done. Granted, they brought me here, which is great, but I wouldn't have had to make the wrong soul bonds. I wouldn't have had to spend time with the wrong people, or I'd have been able to understand quicker and leave them sooner so that
Mm-hmm.
they don't stain my temple. Yeah.
Yeah. But think about this. Think about this, Carlton. You, the only way for humanity to transcend is to have teachers like you. You have passed through the darkness to bring people to the light. So it was your
Yeah.
path was exactly what you needed to experience for you to become now the wise person you are. And now you teach others the path or your path, okay? And they can follow you or they cannot, but at least those that they consider that you have the experience and the wisdom to help them, okay, and support them are those that will actually be part of your group, be part of your life. They need you,
Mm.
you know. Teachers are created in the darkness. Teachers are created in the darkness. We need to understand this. Teachers are created in the darkness. So it's super important to understand this. As we are sharing, like I'm sharing this because I went to the darkness. I spent so many years in the darkness. Into I would have loved to have someone who
Mm.
has told me something about
Mm.
this. At least you know, like, at least to
Mm.
listen
Mm.
and plant a seed, right?
Mm.
And you just decide what you want for your life. But is the most important thing is to understand that we have a responsibility for others who wants to learn to be the example, you know. And we are not perfect, guys. We are not perfect. We are saying this and we are not perfect. We continue making mistakes, but we learn from them. We try to do our best to learn from them. That's the most important thing, I would say.
100%. 100%. Thank you for your kind words, brother. I really appreciate that. It's amazing to hear those words of affirmation from titans in their field, like yourself, like Josh in the chat, like Daryl, like Brian, and like Craig, who I've had calls with all of you now. You guys have really impacted me, and this is it. If we don't talk with different people, if we don't go and see and spend time with people that have a little bit more light in one area or the other area, they're not going to be able to shine the light on the dark areas of your life, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And they might be able to tell you, hey, this is not as bad as you think, and everything that you've done up till now is for a reason.
Yeah.
Now we can use our lights together. I bring my light, Jose bring his light, and then Josh brings his, Daryl
Let's
brings
bring
his.
our lights. Yes.
There you go. And we all
Let's
shine
go.
and we all make it bright together. This
Yeah,
is the vision, this is the goal. You don't need to be in anything alone. Um, you don't need to go looking for things in just one person. I one amazing this is how I know that the experience I had recently that it's in alignment and it's fulfilling. I asked them, I'm like, what do you think a soulmate is? And you know what they said?
well,
They said it's it's funny because I was having a brainstorming session with my business partner Mohammed, and we figured it out together. What she said is exactly what we figured out. If you break down the word soulmate, it's soul, spirit, and mate is either friend or it's to procreate, to produce something,
mm,
right? So
yeah,
somebody is your soulmate when your spirit and their spirit is producing something.
mm,
So
mm,
me and you, Jose, every time we talk, our spirits produce something.
yeah,
We're soulmates. Me and
yeah,
Daryl, soulmates. Me and Josh, soulmates. And any girl or guy where our we can be friends, and every time we speak, our spirits produce something in
yeah.
us, in them, in the world. Those are the people that we need to be spending time with. And I'm very blessed to be spending time with you. I honor you. I appreciate you. I love you. Very
Likewise,
blessed. This is
likewise.
this is what it's all about. Thank you for sharing your gifts. Thank you for sharing your time, your expertise, and
Yeah,
we need
my
more
pleasure.
conversations like this.
Yeah, my pleasure. And yeah, we will provide. I'm here to if we can provide more value to all the people that want to listen. Yeah, I'm here. We will, this is just unit one, guys. This
Yeah.
is just the first one, the first conversation.
Hmm.
So be in tune with Carlton and I. If you want to know more about this topic, other things that we will discuss as well, I'm willing to continue our conversations. I do believe as well that once we do these kind of things, the spirit is talking through us as well,
Yes.
and and
We're vessels,
we
like you said.
yeah, exactly, exactly. We are just channels for something to just talk through us. So I love this life because we are
Hmm.
ourselves, and no matter what's comes, it comes, and we share our best and the wisdom that goes beyond our understanding sometimes.
Beautiful, beautiful. Jose, um, obviously, guys, please follow Jose at the Zenergist to get more of these conversations. He's always having beautiful transformational conversations with people that know what they're talking about and people that want to know more. Jose, please tell us about your course and how we can learn more about these topics.
Yeah, I would like to. Thanks for that. If someone is interested in the science of self healing, I do believe in the power of teaching and actually understanding ourselves in deeper levels, using science, concept in science, concepts in spirituality as well. I will encourage you to go to www.zenergist.com, or if not, just go to my Instagram. Is there as well, the website. And it's a course that is made with a lot of love, a lot of research, all my background, even in science, in biotechnology, in spirituality, in my own experience, like what I've learned from people around the world. And I want that message to go to families,
Mm,
to conscious families and new teachers of the world. So if you're interested, contact me, and or just go and check out an intro is there for you to understand what is the course about. But it's super important to have. I think that the new era is a way for us to take actually enlightenment. If you want to see enlightenment or personal growth or spiritual growth, it's just about responsibility. So I think we're in an era that we will take responsibility for us, for go beyond and take care our responsibility for our health and our growth. This is super important. This is a cornerstone. Okay, this is a cornerstone for all of us to understand in a deeper level how we work, and not do not just believe in what others people tells you. For example, in medicine industry, for example, I'm not against. I'm just saying it's incomplete. Education is incomplete,
Yeah.
and we need to go further if we want to actually understand what human evolution is about. Okay, and also think about what we can do for new generations as well. Super important.
Yeah.
Super important.
Yeah.
The new generations. Okay.
This is beautiful stuff. Guys, go take a look at his course. Get in touch with him. Go to his page. Um, it's magic every time Jose speaks. And one thing to take a look at as well is that no one, which is what you're saying as well, no one book has all the information. No one course has everything. No one university degree has everything you need to succeed. It's not like that. The same way with no God. If God's knowledge is so wide, how can one book contain everything? Tell me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not possible.
Mm-hmm.
So be open. Be open to new things. Be open to this. Ask yourself the question. Come ask Jose questions. Come ask me questions.
Yeah.
And he who seeks finds. You definitely get the answer. Brother, can I pray for you?
Oh, it will be a pleasure. It would be an honor. So yeah, I will be actually supporting with all my loving intention possible for that to you to do. Definitely.
Beautiful, beautiful. One of my friends, Tom McMahon, he just came at the right time. We're about to pray, brother. Um,
Mm.
I pray for, as I'm praying for Jose, I pray for each and every one of you, whether you're live, whether you're on the recording. I pray for myself, my unborn children too. All right. So
Mm.
please let's be focused and get into the intention of the prayer so you can receive. In Jesus' name, Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you, Lord, for the gift of unity. Thank you for the gift of these conversations. Thank you for your truth and for blessing us with the desire and the determination and the humility to seek it. Help us to humble ourselves so that under God's mighty hand that you can lift us up. You said you have empowered us to collect wealth, not just the wealth of money, not just the wealth of family, not just the wealth of friends and of knowledge, but wealth of everything. Help us. Let patience do its perfect work so that we're not lacking in any way, shape, or form. Bless this man. Help him to spread the truth. Help him to be a better student, to create students, to create disciples as you have commanded us to be. We ask that every door that needs to be closed, every door that needs to be opened to be opened. You said that you shall make a way for us in the wilderness, and you shall make rivers in every dry place. Help us to receive more of your grace, more knowledge, more power, more peace, more patience, abundance. In your presence, there can be no lack. In your presence, there's no confusion. In your presence, there's no uncertainty. Help us, Lord. Your presence, your presence, your presence. In Jesus' mighty name. So as it is in heaven, so shall it be on earth. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Receive it, everybody.
Amen. Wow, what a beautiful closing, my friend. What a beautiful closing. I'm really honored to have been part of this conversation. And you just continues spreading the love that you have inside. And yeah, I'm here to support and help you to on your journey. And yeah, anytime I'm here. Okay.
I
So I hope
love
you
it.
guys, all people, have enjoyed this conversation. This all come from love, you know. And if you resonate, it's great. If you don't resonate, at least you maybe just have a smile saying, "These guys, crazy guys." But yeah, that's the most important thing to be real, to be from love, to be in our hearts. And thank you so much for this time.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Daryl saying we should all do a conversation together. We'll have to make it happen.
Yeah, of course, of course. That's getting like
Yeah,
level one, level two, level three. So definitely, let's go for the next step.
there we go. I love it. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah,
Guys, stay tuned. Comment. I'm going to post this comment. Let us know what questions you have, what you liked, what you didn't like, any thoughts, any questions. Let us know, and we'll see you on the next episode of
of
Faith,
course.
Fitness, and Business. Take care,
Amazing.
everybody. I love you, brother. I
I
honor
love you
you. I
too.
celebrate you. Thanks for your time.
Likewise.
Take care.
Likewise. Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody.